Hello traders, welcome back to our weekly Forex analysis. Today we are going to be analyzing many pairs of currencies in order to determine whether we are going to buy or sell. And we are going to be analyzing all the pairs that moves quite a lot and pairs that are likely to give you enormous profit if you trade them correctly. Now we are going to be starting with the gold. This is the gold chart. And we are going to start looking at the weekly chart to know how it stands at the moment. As you can see, this is the weekly chart of gold, and it appears quite elongated. As you can see here, gold has actually reached all-time high. It is continuing to break all barriers, and as you can note, or you would have noted before, gold responds immensely to news. All kinds of awful news events, gold response to it. You can see there are many wars around the world, so many wars ranging from Israel war with Hamas and Lebanon and the Yemen conflict in all parts of the Middle East. And don't forget that Russia and Ukraine is still fighting. All of these things are the things that is fueling the rise of gold. As you know, gold thrives in the period of uncertainty. During the periods of anarchy, you see gold performing extremely well, and you know that gold is also seasonal. This time of the year, between August, September, and October, we normally witness the rise of gold. And not only is it seasonal and the season supports gold at this period in time, it is also supported by events around the world, different conflicts that are occurring, as I have earlier elaborated. Now, gold has extended quite a lot. It's a situation of breathing in and breathing out. We are now at a situation where gold is at all-time high, and we are expecting at least a temporary pause in the rise of gold. So this is the apex that gold has reached already, and is beginning to form some reversal candle. That means we are experiencing, or we are going to see some imminent pause in the rise of gold. We are going to see at least a temporal reversal. So what we are going to see is a situation where there will be some reversal, at least a temporal one indeed. Now let's look at the daily chart to determine what we should be doing at this moment. From the daily chart, you can see that gold is following a channel-like movement. This is the channel that gold has been following, and you can see the apex of this channel. Gold has not been able to break it for a long time now, and is following that channel. Now we are at the apex of the channel, and there has been a candle formation showing that reversal. So what we need to see is a situation where gold has at least dropped for a while, then we begin to buy. So bear in mind that this reversal is not going to be permanent. It's going to be very temporal. So if you are shorting gold, you will need to be very careful. Just do a kind of a snappy shorting. So but the best way to treat gold at this point in time is to allow it to move up at least towards the apex of this channel again. Thereafter, you will now begin to short from there, and then when you get to the middle of this channel, you could be taking your profit for a short and then position yourself for a buy again. Ultimately, gold is going to continue rising after this brief So as gold falls to this point, to the center of this channel, just think about buying. I do not believe that gold is going to fall as much as to this to the end of this the bottom part of this channel. I do not believe that gold is going to fall as much as that, but at least when this reversal comes towards the center somewhere here, we should be bracing up for a buy. Why I say so is because gold does not only respond to technical analysis but also immensely to news events. There are many geopolitical tensions and uncertainties that are propelling gold to rise higher. As you know, gold is a currency for the bad times, so bad occurrences supports the movement of gold upwards. So as you see, the Lebanon and the Israel war is breaking up, and there is a talk of uncertainty. You don't know what the future holds as far as it continues to look, bloom and hopeless like that. You see gold continue to rise because people talk of their money and wealth in the form of gold during this type of periods. So that's why you notice around the world the gold reserve will continue to increase around the world because of all this mayhem that you are witnessing. So I would expect that gold will continue and will eventually find momentum again to rise. So what you see is a situation whereby gold will discount a bit, retraces back, and then begin to pick up again for a very great buy. So all the same, if we are shorting gold, we short it for a brief period of time. When gold gets towards the center of this channel, somewhere here where you can see my cursor, then you begin to go for a buy, and it will correspond to area where we have a previous resistances that have been broken out by a breakout candle. So we go for a sell. So but if you are not interested in that, you wait when this retracement finishes. That is when you begin to buy. So let's look at our let us look at our maybe Fibonacci and see what Fibonacci is gonna tell us. You can see the middle point of this channel is gonna compare to Fibonacci 38.2. That is also a powerful buy, while the end of this channel will correspond to Fibonacci 61.8. That is a powerful place to be on the buy side. But as I told you, that I'm not sure that gold is going to be able to fall as far as that, because gold is also supported by news events. So Fibonacci 38.2 is eventually going to be the best place to continue to place our buy trade. All right, moving on. This is silver. Now let's look at what is happening in the silver chart. This is the silver chart. As we can see, the silver actually follow the similar pattern like gold, but it's not exactly like gold. So silver too has reached the apex on the chart. It has reached the very apex. As you can see, this is the apex, and it has actually reversed on that apex. So the candle here shows a very bearish reversal, which has already taken place and is coming down. So this is like a form of double top. So whenever you see double top, what you actually have is a reversal. So with this double top that has formed here, this top and then this top, it follows an imminent reversal pattern. So this is the weekly chart, bear in mind, and each one candle can last for up to a month. So this candle here, the next candle that you are going to see here, is actually going to end as a full bearish candle. So that being the case means that it could be a good opportunity to start shorting silver. So silver is definitely going down, and you see these two horizontal line that I've drawn, this one and this one. Eventually what I will see is a situation whereby the silver will continue to move all the way down, but it's going to take quite a long time. It's not going to be a matter of weeks. It can take several weeks for it to be achieved, but for the meantime you can immediately begin a short silver, hoping to actually make a very good deal of profit. So if you are shorting silver anywhere to the middle 50% of this move from here to here, anywhere around 50%, you know, it could be enough for you, just for this candle to drop all the way to at least 50% of this move from here to here. So middle, we go for the middle. So once the pair discounts to the middle, we are going to take it the way it is. But we are going to look at other time frame in order to be precise with our entry. You understand what our intention is? To make money, and we make money by being calculative enough. So we go to the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame, and it's pumping all the way down. It's blasting all the way down. So if you are not on the sell side, you can immediately begin to place your trade, make a move to place your trade on the sell side. And then we are looking at this this moving average going up. Anytime this moving average moves up to the point where it coincides with the price, just know that that is the buy stage at that level. So as this moving average is going up, I want to see the pair here keep falling down, and they are likely going to meet towards this middle here. So there is still an avenue for silver to continue to fall. So we are bracing up to begin to short immediately. So the short continue, and we are looking at this moving average as a gauge. It will move up, and then they are going to collide with the price, and at that point will be the best opportunity to start buying silver again. So allow silver to still continue to fall. Then I'm going to show you one thing that I think is definitely going to happen when this pair come towards this region. By the time this moving average would have moved up, and the moving average is going to be around here, when the price would have fallen down towards that region. See the moving average moving up, catching up with it. That is the time to begin to buy again. So, but for the moment, if you don't want to wait until it gets to that point, we can be on the sell side. We can be on the sell side, and then when it gets nearer to that region, you take your profit and then changes your trade again to the buy side. So hopefully we are going to make good deal of profit from silver. Moving on, this is EURUSD. Now we are on EURUSD, and we want to look at the opportunities that are there for us in EURUSD. As you can see, the EURUSD is now broken out of a key resistance area and is moving higher. So what is happening? If you look carefully, you know that I already have a trade now that is running in EURUSD, and it's running a massive profit. Look at it here. The trade is actually performing quite well. I'm now already in about $3,000 profit, and it's still bracing up for higher profit. All right, so that is Forex for you. You can make a enormous huge profit that will quite outpace any other profit that any other business that you can think of. All right, so the trade that I have is actually in good profit, and what I'm going to do is any moment from now we take partial profit, about 50% of my profit. I'm going to take it and then leave the rest profit to continue to run. So but what are we going to do for now, for the purpose of analysis on this EURUSD, to identify a new opportunity for those that have not entered trade already in this pair, to be able to do so. The trade I have here is a buy trade, and that is the one that has accumulated this profit of about $3,000. So what are we going to do? The fact that I'm on a buy trade here and is making almost $3,000 doesn't mean that any person entering the trade now has to be on the buy side. No, it's not so, because I've entered the buy trade quite earlier, and you can see I entered that trade at the point of the breakout of this candle. You see this bottom tail bar here, this bottom in tail bar that you can see here, or we'll call it a bullish pin bar that you see here. That's the point of my entry for buy trade, and it is moving quite well. And as you can see, this is actually a weekly time frame that you're looking at, and the analysis I've made, I have drawn a trend line that traverses from the upside to the downside, passing through major resistance areas, and I also have another opposite trend line that is moving upward there at the points of equidistance here, at the points of both of them, colliding. We form a triangle, and the pair actually broke out of this triangle and moved to the upside. At the time it was breaking out of this triangle was the point of my entry, and it proved to be quite successful. So what are we expecting? I've always told you, and I will continue to tell you, that whenever a Forex pair breaks out of a major resistance, on coming to that same resistance area is going to serve as a support for that pair to rise up again. So what we have here is a form of support. Here is a support. So if you see anything of this nature where this pair come towards this region, expect it to find support around that zone and then move to the upside. So the profit I have already is due for closure, because I'm now at a point of resistance. My trade already is due for closure, and I will be closing it any moment from now, or at least taking about 50% of my profit for security reasons. So if you look carefully, you discover that this trade has reached a major resistance areas. So I'm expecting a reversal at this point in time, the reversal that will make this trade to pull down, find support around this zone again, and then move to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting to see. So how is it going to happen? We are going to wait for this trade to fall down to this edge of this this trend line broken out. That is when we'll buy again, in order to be able to position ourselves for huge profit. So at this point in time, we are looking to begin to say, if you see this candle that is here, is an indicative of a bearish reversal. So at this point in time, this candle doesn't show that the pair is gonna go up. Rather, it shows that there's an indecision, and at time another candle has formed, but it has not been able to break out of the range of the previous candle, indicating that there could be an imminent reversal. So we are bracing up for an imminent reversal in EURUSD that will make this pair to come down and give us another buy opportunity around this zone. So get ready for that. So if you place any trade of a sell, be sure to take your profit as it gets towards this zone. And if you're on the buy side, I think this could be a right time for you to begin to think of closing your trade and taking your profit. Or at least if you don't want to close the trade, you should be able to pocket at least 50% of your profit. And that will be a very good decision if you do that. So what are we going to do? This is the daily time frame, and you can see the pair is now at a point of the highest resistance. So this is the resistance we are talking about here. So no matter what you call, whether you call it a double top, you can call it a double top. So this is what we are seeing here. So this is what you're going to see, a form of M, a form of letter M. This is top, down, top again, down. So this is where the candle is at the moment. So it's a point where we can begin to place our sell trade and then begin to collect our profit as we move towards the downside. All right, so get ready for this and get ready for a reverse trade again for buying around this zone of area. All right, that's gonna be massive for us, massive gain. We pray that we're gonna make our profit and get it all. All right, moving on. This is pound USD, and this is the weekly chart of the pound USD, and we are going to be reviewing the pound USD to know the opportunity that we have here on the pound USD. The pound USD actually looks quite interesting, and it's going to make for a very powerful opportunity set up for we here. So what is likely to happen for this week on the pound USD? You can see the pound USD has been moving all the way up in a zigzag form, forming a series of higher high and higher lows. But I want you to know that any Forex pair will not continue to move all and up perpetually. A time comes when we have to go down and then go up again. So pound USD has approached a resistance level. It is now operating at a resistance level, and this resistance area is significant in a way. Look at it here. We have here a resistance in the past, and that resistance, it is actually holding. So let us see how it turns out at this moment in time. All right, so what is likely to happen is that now we are in a very key resistance area. We are expecting that this pair is going to show us a massive sell. Look at it here. There's a resistance here, and there's a resistance here, and there's a resistance again around this zone. So we are expecting a massive reaction on that resistance area. All right, so let's begin to think of what we are going to do concerning it. And then before we take the trade, we are going to look at other lower time frames to see what we have there. All right, so we are going to be looking at other major time frames to see whether we will be able to place any trade there. All right, so let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here. All right, That's great. This is the daily time frame, and it appears quite elongated. There's a cluster of candles here, and the whole candle line up the same. They are now at the same level, all of them. This is the level I'm talking about. This level, all the candles has reached this level, and it has never been able to break out of it. So there's a more to read and miss the eye. So what is going to happen now is that we extend it further to the lowest time frame. Okay, this is the 4-hour time frame, and it's actually looking very, very interesting. We have here almost a triple top. There is a top here, there's a top here, there's another top here, and that's where the candle is at this moment. What is likely to happen is that the pair has reached a powerful resistance area. It's not been able to break out of that zone. So what we see here is that this pair, this candle that you're seeing here, is going to close as close the way it is. It's going to close as a hanging bar on that resistance, and that favors a bearish drawdown. So what are we going to do? We are going to look at the lower time frame and see. Let's descend to the 1-hour time frame. This is 1-hour time frame now, and we already have a triple top. We will see this top here, this top here, and this top here, and this top here. This pair clearly shows that this zone is a zone of resistance, and the pair is struggling with it. I don't think the pair will be able to break out of this zone anytime soon, at least not this week. So we are better off with a sell, and now that it's at the apex of this resistance, we can go for a sell and then begin to take our profit as the pair retraces back towards this zone. So if you buy at the top of this food chain, at the top of this channel, or at the top of this rectangular form, you buy here, then you are going to sell closer all at the bottom of this structure. So this is like a rectangle. As a rectangle means a series of equal top and equal bottom. So the whole bottom that you are seeing here all appear at the same level. So that's what makes it a rectangle. All right. So if this pair comes down to this, there's a likelihood that it's going to break down this support area and then continue to move down. But we don't want to take that gamble. We place our sell trade here and we collect our profit around this zone, and then that will be good. If you sell here to get the profit here, you discover that you have more than 150 pips in profit. So that is good enough for us. So get ready when you see any bearish candle form around this zone. Just know that the shorting has just begun. All right. Moving on. This is AUDUSD. As you can see, the AUDUSD is on a very bullish run, and it's been moving all the way up, and it's looking like a bullish game. But there is something we have to note as we make preparation to trade the AUDUSD. Now let's go to the weekly chart again. On the weekly chart, you can see that the pair shows a bullish sign, and this is the daily time frame. See, what I'm seeing is actually quite simple, very simple trade. You can see here is a major resistance area, and here is a major resistance area, including the resistance here. It has been broken out by a powerful candle at this region. It really struggled here but finally it broke out to the upside. So what I'm likely to see is a situation whereby this pair will retrace back to that breakout candle, to that point of resistance, to retest it thereafter it's gonna pick up to the upside again. After that, the bullish momentum is gonna continue. So the pair is gonna continue to rise after that. So let us brace off for this trade and position ourselves to buy at the base of this horizontal line. That will be a very beautiful place to buy. So if you want to begin a trade immediately, what you can simply do is to place a sell trade and then take your profit on this zone and then position yourself for a buy on that same zone again to the upside. So that is the most logical thing to do, and if you do that, you'll find yourself better off. It is going to be better off than those that will begin to buy immediately. So we are at the point of reversal, and we expect a reversal that will push this trade back. So the hedge funds and money managers themselves, we are over time, we are beginning to see how themselves trade. They always want to trade at a very beautiful price. Each time they enter into the game, the direction of the trade tends to change. So that's why they prefer to come secretly, so that the retail traders will not know that they're already in the market. And once they come into the market, you begin to see the trade, moving quite fast. So what we will do now is we are going to allow a retracement to take place first. Then after that retracement, we are going to begin to buy. All right. So, and the best position will be on this zone here. Moving on, this is USDCAD, and we are going to look at USDCAD now to see how the coming week or how the week will look like. So this is let's begin with the weekly time frame. This is the weekly time frame. You can see that this pair has moved all the way down with a bearish momentum. Is now at the bottom of the support. So this is the support area. So, and the support has actually been retested and could not continue to go down. Initially, we thought that this pair will continue all the way from up, and it continue to go down until it reaches this bottom here. But this time it has not been able to retest this bottom again. Rather, it's still hanging midway here. So, but from what I can see here, the pair has reversed already, meaning that there is no incentive again for it to go down all the way down. Rather, here has formed a strong support. We have here a bottom interbar, otherwise known as a bullish pin bar. So, and it's a very strong one indeed, because this is a weekly candle. So it has formed, and we expect that the game has changed. It is now showing us some bullish signs, and we are going to look carefully before we leap. All right, so let's look at the lower time frame. Let's look at the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. As you can see, it has already formed a double bottom. This bottom here and this bottom here again, meaning that the next candle is likely going to be a green candle. Nonetheless, by the time the next candle closes, it's most likely going to be a green candle. Therefore, let us brace up for a buy. So once the pair has convinced us that there is going to be a bullish game, there is no need contesting with it. Rather, we follow the direction, the best possible direction, and that's going to be the bullish side. So this double bottom is very supportive of the bullish momentum that is building up. So we are going to stand with the bulls. We stand with the winners. So this is the daily time frame, and now we're gonna look at the 4-hourly time frame. This is the 4-hour time frame, and from the 4-hour time frame, the pair has actually recovered from this bottom range, and it has broken out of the trend line resistance. And like I used to tell you, when a pair breaks out of the resistance area that is likely going to fall back or retest that resistance before it can finally confirm that it has taken off from that point. So it has broken out on this resistance, and an attempt to retest it actually failed because the pair continued to hold very strong upwards. So we are going for a buy for USDCAD for this week. Prepare yourself for a buy, and then you can begin to buy immediately, or you wait for the pair to fall back a bit towards this area, towards the base of that breakout area, maybe towards this region. By the time it falls again towards this horizontal line, you position yourself to begin to place your buy trade. All right, moving on. This is USDJPY, and we are now on the weekly chart of the USDJPY. So the weekly chart shows us that the pair has been going down for a longer time period up to this time around. So we are going to be looking towards the downside, but not really because it's been going down, but we noticed that the strategy for USDJPY is definitely going to favor the BS at this time. Now let me look at the daily time frame to see what again. You can see in the daily time frame I have here a resistance trend line that traverse some major resistances down, very sharp one indeed, but this resistance trend line can actually make you a quite large profit if you understand the game accurately. So I am gearing up for a sell. You see this big candle, bearish candle that moved from here down, and a bullish candle has formed. This bullish candle is going to be short-lived. At the point of this trend line, that is when this bullish candle is going to culminate and it will begin to go down again. So let's not be carried away that we have a bullish candle at the moment. It's going to be very much short-lived. So let's see the 4-hourly time frame. From the 4-hour time frame, you can see there's a breakout of the trend line. It's a very serious breakout of the trend line by the bearish breakout candle. Very bearish candle, Marubuzu candle, if you may like to call it that name, or you can call it elephant bear candle. Has broken out, and now it has begun to recover. So I want to see a situation whereby this pair is going to move back into this trend line, then before the continuation to the downside will begin. So the best place for us to begin to sell the USDCAD is going to be around this point. So let's position ourselves to sell it around this point so that we make a better profit, and then our take profit is going to be at the nearest key support zone, and it's going to be on the bottom of this pin bar that is here. So if you do that, you are going to make at least not less than 100 pips of profit. Depending on the money you have in your account, 100 pips of profit can get you anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 depending on the size of your account. So that's going to be a good signal. We sell the USDCAD after it has retraced up for a while. So the point of that retracement is this candle, this trend line that we are seeing at the moment. Once you get close to this trend line, we will place our sell, and our sell is going to give us a massive profit. All right.